man. How are you? How's it going?
So Andrew, tell me about Mirror Master.
No. Next question. Tell you about him. We love that character. We're very excited to one day have him on the show, and we'll see what the future holds.
Will he be Scottish?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we haven't actually sat down and said, oh, like there's going to be the Mirror Master episode, and we certainly have some amazing new villains, and then some some returning favorites, and one day we'll get there. I'm sure we'll do him justice. Hopefully.
Creatively, though, in going through the first season, did it almost surprise you guys how much ground you were able to cover, and how well the characters were? I mean, I'm not saying you guys don't think you're talented to begin with, but as the season progressed, the show seemed to get better and better and better.
Thank you. Last year was really a magical year for Greg and for I. Greg has certainly been in charge of far more shows than I have, but we really, we've said everyone's, there's only a couple of times in your career you get to have a season like that where we really, it started out strong and it seemed to only get stronger, and I think part of that was for whatever reason. We felt like we had a really good handle on what the show was very early on. There weren't as many growing pains, certainly as there were on Arrow, where if you look at some of those early episodes, they were not as emblematic of what the show became when that show really started to hit. So that left us with a lot of runway to sort of make the back half of the season better. And then the thing that you can't ever count on is the cast that you have rising to the heights that they did, and then knowing what they could do, and then being able to write towards that and make it better, and everything we send up there came back better when they filmed it. I think the cast and just us, for whatever reason, just really having a handle on the show early on is I think what allowed it to grow creatively.
Are you going the Arrow route and make Grodd the big bad for season 2, or
make who?
Grodd.
Oh, Grodd? Grodd, no. Grodd can't be the villain of season 2 because that would cost all the money in the world.
Can you tease anything about the big bad?
Grodd will definitely be back. I can assure you that. We're going to announce the big bad of the year tonight.
Nice. You said before that you don't tease anything in the show that you don't plan on fulfilling at some point.
I lied.
Damn you. In the end of the season 2 finale, there's a lot of things thrown out there. The Flash Museum, Killer Frost, the Jake Garrick helmet. Did you already have plans in motion for those things going forward at the time, or are you going to maybe at some point come back to those ideas?
Some of those things are going to manifest sooner rather than later. Other things are wishes. It's like when you adapt a novel for a movie, like you have the novel. It's just the novel, and but when you adapt like a comic book, you have in the case of some of these characters, you've got like 50 to 75 years worth of stories, and it's not one continuous story, and sometimes things get retconned. Sometimes in the case of the Flash, there was a whole different Flash, who came along, and a lot of these things, obviate each other. So, but the one thing about the Flash that he's always had is, his storylines have always been iconic. Whether it was like a Trial of the Flash, and one of the things that we were very conscious of doing was that we really embraced that this was a comic book show. Even more so than Arrow, especially early on, where we were testing the waters to see how comic booky we could make that show. So so if you're going to see the future, if you're going to see the Speed Force, to be able to present like this Trial of the Flash, that's such an iconic story. You can say, oh, cool, that so without any specific plans necessarily for any one of those things, although there's a few things we saw that will happen sooner rather than later. The fans know those things, so they actually mean something. Yeah.
What excites you the most about this new season?
What excites me the most? I think for me, Tom Cavanaugh's role in season 2, which, I'm sure a lot of people are asking, how can Tom continue to be on the show when he was literally erased from existence? And watching how Tom continues to be part of the show, and an integral part of the show, I think is one of the, was one of our both cooler and more dangerous ideas, and hopefully the audience will buy into it. I think I'm really excited about that, and I don't know. I mean, there's so many things. Honestly, we're so excited to keep doing it. I mean, we really, and it's not to say that I don't love Arrow, or I don't love Legends, or I don't love Supergirl, or I don't love anything that I've done. But there's, for Greg, if Greg were here, he would tell you the same thing. There's just something really special about the Flash. I mean, he really was our hero as a kid, and to have created the show that we did and had the success that we did, and it's the one thing that for us just doesn't work, working on the show. So
If you introduce Wally West, will he be pre-New 52 or post-New 52?
If we do have Wally West in the show, he'll obviously be post, because he'll be African American, because he'll be tied into our West family. So that is definitive. You got a question?
Yeah, I wanted to know what was a moment last season that you couldn't wait for the fans to see, and how did that pan out? And is there anything that you know that you can talk about coming up this season? A moment, a scene, or that you already know about that you can't wait for the fans to see?
There's a fight in episode 2 that I think most Flash
We're not going to say who it's with.
No.
Alright, I'm gonna send him away.
Yeah, I was finishing it up. There's a fight in episode 202 that I think Flash fans have been waiting all their lives to see.
Oh.
That I saw a previs of that made me cry. And last year it was Grodd. It was we felt in the early going that we had like we can start doing cool stuff, and certainly after episode 4 with the train, we're like, wow, we really can do some big stuff. But there was still always like, could we have a full CG character on a TV budget, on a TV time? And when we saw what was coming back on that, we were really blown away.
You look great.
Great.
Thank you.